G'day champions, Leigh Ratcliffe here with The Green Room. It's a music show just based on, local artists, and we're going to have a chat to a different artist every fortnight. We're going to run the show fortnightly. It's going to be on Friday nights at 8 p.m. every fortnight, so check out the next episode in a couple of weeks' time. Tonight, I'll be interviewing Yyan and Emily, a really great little folk duo with some really cool stuff coming out. So we're going to have a bit of a chat to them, see what they're up to. Also, we're going to watch some live performances as well as a couple of videos that they've got put together as well. We will be running a tip jar, and the tip jar will be split between the show and the artist. So half of the money is going to go to the artist, and the other half of the money is going to go to us to try and make the show better and better every time we do it. I'm making the show with Heath Hodgetts. He's the guy that does all these cool little animations. And what we're really hoping is that we can just share with you every fortnight what's awesome about our music industry here in Tassie. Please feel free to share this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once the live stream ends, it will be no longer available on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. So you can head to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave the link just here. And from there, please enjoy the show. Hope you have a good one. We're going to head over and have a chat to Yyan and Emily. Here we go. Cool. So I'm here with Yyan and Emily, and today we're going to have a bit of chat about what they've been up to and what they've got on the go. Your album came out about a year ago now?
We sort of released it as a funny thing on April 20th during lockdown. We were going to release and go on a Melbourne tour last year.
Yep.
At the end of March, we got everything planned, and we actually booked tickets in the middle of April to fly to Melbourne, and obviously that went to...
Yeah, and as with just about everything, didn't it? I think it's made the music industry as a whole really have to rethink how the big ones, how are we going to keep doing this and survive, really, isn't it?
Totally. And we had to sort of retrain. I learned how to video edit over COVID time, and Yyan learned how to do all the live streaming and OBS with some of your help as well. Yeah, it was a huge learning curve.
I think musos are going to come out of this with a whole bag of new tricks that they've learned throughout. So new music video. That's the thing that's happening now. I've seen it. It's a bit of a production. It's pretty awesome. Tell me a bit about it.
Really, it's a very, very expensive music video because it's a lot of years of thinking about design and lighting and all this kind of aesthetic things through learning it. I've done a master's in architecture, so and my sort of area of focus is around this sort of the idea of numinous, which is spiritual or the idea of the awe-inspiring, and how to achieve that. And so I've been thinking about light and space and music for a long time. As with all musicians, we've been thinking about the music we play. It takes a lifetime to play and to find your own voice, to find the aesthetic that you want to do. Yeah. So this is inspired by a book called In Praise of Shadows, or I'm told an essay, not technically a book. It's sort of essay talking about aesthetics in the past and about lighting. How amazing sort of valuable materials like gold, jade, all these things that are sort of valued, especially in the East or in Japan, really only is beautiful under candlelight. With white light, gold, jade, pottery, all these things kind of look like very average things. And so that's why in modern times it's not very valued anymore. And so try to capture a bit of that sort of sense of spirituality and aesthetic.
Who's involved in the actual video itself?
Yeah, we had Gabe from Tasdance, Gabrielle Comerford. And then we had a lighting designer, Tim Kling, because there was so much about lights and shadows. And so, he did some amazing things with light. And then we had Ursula come on. Originally, we thought she would be our videographer, but the director role sort of blew out and became so big because the concept was quite difficult. So she ended up being the director, and we got another videographer involved, Alia Cohen. We had a producer, Isabella Mann, who was sort of the person that actually encouraged us in the first place to do a video. She was looking for a project.
So double shout out to Arts Tasmania. So we were actually in a residency in Dream Farm last year.
Supported by Arts Tasmania.
Yep.
And we were hanging out with Melanie, one of the artists in residence there.
Yep.
And so just so happened her friend, and she saw us there and said, "Oh, you guys are pretty good. Do you guys want a video? I've got my housemate's doing videography."
Yep.
And so she was introduced to us, Isabella.
So we might take a look at that video right now, and you guys can tell us what you think.
So this is Remnants, and the music video is based on the essay In Praise of Shadows.
Awesome. Check it out. Okay, so video, what do you think? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'm sure you guys would love to hear what everyone thought of it. And pretty awesome stuff. Great to see everyone involved and all these sort of Tasmanian artists involved in making it happen. Really cool. Nice work.
Technically, there's no comments in the YouTube video yet.
Is there no
comments?
Okay, I'm gonna do that now before this even airs.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you lied. There is one. Awesome. So I heard a rumour, Emily, that the only reason Yan's in your band is because he cooks really well.
Oh, well. Shh. Who told you that?
Is that true? Is that why you picked him?
No,
Like...
it's the guitar, I swear. And the voice. Nothing to do with food. I don't even like his food.
Just a hot tip. He cooks a pretty good palmy.
Among other things.
Maybe. But it's the condition to join the band now. You have to have a walk. You have to have a walk. And so Emily has brought a
outdoor industrial
giant
quadruple burner walk.
Yeah, her walk is bigger than mine.
I've got that on video.
Yes. Real musicians have big walks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get up and get out of the way so Yyan and Emily can play a song for us. What do you got? What's it called?
We've got a song called Wanting Days. It's based on a poem by Rumi called The Song of the Reed Flute. And it's sort of our arrangement of an arrangement of an arrangement. It's got a very convoluted story, but
But you did write it.
Yeah. I
co-wrote it.
Co-wrote it first at a place called Dream Farm Eco Arts Retreat in Judbury with 4 other musicians as part of the project, 5 Things to Say. So you can hear that on Spotify, and then you can hear the Yyan and Emily version right now.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
All right. Well, we're going to set up and we'll come right back with the performance. See you soon.
Good evening and welcome to the Green Room News. I am your host, Robbo, the full binary robot. Big news this week, the Baseline Concert 2021 has had to relocate due to COVID restrictions. The event will now take place at York Park, so no need to pack your Speedos. In other news, we have had some fantastic releases this month. Speakeasy have released a clip for their song Bad Intentions. It is rad. Super Mega have sold out their second show, April 1st, at the Royal Oak with Mick Adard. I myself bought a ticket and I'm not gonna go. April Fools, bitches. That's it for the news right now. I'm on a boat.
You've got another video as well, yeah? Is this the I'm on a boat?
Yeah.
But not
We're on a boat. Hey, Mum.
So run us through. I believe
So
that
instead
this
of
was
Coney Island, we're on Egg and Bacon Island.
Egg and Bacon Island.
Yes.
But my favourite island. My kind of island. So,
Okay, so
the song name?
the song name is Where Water Meets.
Yes.
And it's quite a new one for us. We wrote it during lockdown. Someone commissioned us to write it for their daughter as a wedding gift to their daughter.
So it was supposed to be in October. It's supposed to be a garden party, a garden wedding, backyard garden wedding. It's going to be beautiful, and that hopefully comes through the song. The sort of first part is sort of kind of like that, in that sort of gardeny feel. But obviously, it turns out in October they were still in lockdown, so they didn't actually get their wedding.
The nice connection with the video is, this piece was commissioned as a wedding gift.
Yep.
And I played at a friend of mine at their wedding, and in exchange they said, "Oh, we'll do a video for you."
Cool.
Which is pretty great.
Yep.
And they kept messaging me saying, "Oh, when are you going to do this video?" And so I thought, perfect. This seems to make sense.
Yep.
So, we got Joe to come and film it, and also we'd always wanted to play. Joseph Raycan.
Yep.
We had always wanted to play on the Yukon, which is a beautiful wooden boat in Franklin that has sailed all the way around the world. We got the boat, we got the videographer, we got this new piece, and the other exciting bit is that at the time we were writing the piece, I had a special bow on loan. This is called a polycord bow, and it's made by local Hobart luthier and designed in Hobart as well. So it's designed by Charlie McCarthy. And the bow is extra curved, and it's got slack here so that you can play 3 strings at once. So it sort of makes an organ sound on a violin.
You actually, naturally, even with the violin that you played on your performance, you actually quite commonly play more than one note at a time.
Yeah, it's probably left over from my classical days
Yeah.
when I used to do hours of double stop etudes every morning.
Yep. And so this allows you to go across more than...
Across 3 strings.
Yep. So you can't
Technically,
go...
you can go 4, isn't it? No.
Can't quite get there.
No.
Haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, it needs to be more curvy.
Even more.
Anyway, but also you kind of run out of fingers to play a chord eventually.
Yep.
But 3 strings is great, and it really sounds very different.
Yep.
So that's the whole last 3 minutes of Where Water Meets is using this bow.
We're going to check out that video right now anyway. Let's throw it on and same again. See what you think. Comment down below. Check out the bow. That rhymed. It was so bad. But we'll go with it. Anyway, here it is. So that was Where Water Meets by Yyan and Emily. What did you think? tell us down below. Let us know what you thought of the video and that bizarre bow thing viral bow that you've got. It's got a lot of fans on
We're using the bow on the bow of the ship.
Every cliche.
Yeah.
So where can we get your stuff? Where can we find you? Where do we go if we want to watch or listen, or what have you got for us?
Got YouTube, we've got Bandcamp, Facebook, Instagram.
What do you go under? So if I'm looking for her on YouTube, just Yyan and Emily?
Yeah, everything is Yyan and Emily. It is a weird spelling. Yyan.
Yeah, it will correct you to Ryan and Emily.
Ryan and Emily.
I can show you it's not Ryan.
No.
Ryan and Emily, everyone.
Yen with an A.
Yes, which makes no sense.
So Yan and Emily, and
So
that will.
this is why we'll never be famous.
Yeah.
So help
all
us.
your fault.
Help us by actually clicking through and finding 2 Ys.
We will post links in the description of the video, so you can go and check those different places out. Give them a like, give them a follow, do all that stuff. Also, while you're there, if you click the link that is below us right now, there is a PayPal link there where you can donate to the tip jar for the show. And they don't know this yet, but all our artists are going to get half of our tip jar.
Ooh.
That's what we've decided we're going to do on the show.
That's pretty good.
We're going to put half the money into trying to help run the show, and the other half of the money goes to whoever the artist is that is on that week.
Which is very generous. If you know anything about the industry,
it's normally 20%. Yeah.
Normally 0.01. The agent takes 50%.
But no, we want to, obviously the artists are coming here and giving their time and showcasing their stuff. We're hoping to provide a bit of a place where they can do that. And but yeah, we would like to get you to donate, and like we said, we're going to split the money with the artists and the show, try and put on better shows every time we do it, and also try and help the scene a bit more and put a bit back into the scene, because obviously we've all taken a bit of a hit when it comes to live gigs, when it comes to, the things that I think people miss out on and don't realise are like, when we do shows, we can sell merch, we can sell CDs, we can get more interest in our products. And without those sort of, live gigs and festivals and touring around the country, it's really hard in a digital sense to get those same sort of sales and same sort of interest. So I think,
Please prove us wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Go on the Bandcamp, get our CD if you like our music.
Yeah.
And all the tips.
Even if you don't like it, just buy it anyway. Buy it and don't listen to it.
It's your charity for the
We
week.
don't care. You don't have to listen to it. Just buy it.
Exactly.
Are you guys playing many gigs at the moment, or have you got any gigs coming up?
Not so much as a duo at the moment, but we're both doing a lot of gigs for 10 Days on the Island in our sort of separate groups.
Awesome.
But yeah, a few things scattered, but probably just going to take some time to do some more writing.
So the one good thing about the whole COVID situation is that this summer there's not a lot of international artists coming in to do all the festivals, and actually, local artists are getting work. Especially something like just happened, Clarence Jazz Festival was 99% local artists.
Yep.
And completely sold out. It's the biggest, most successful year in their 25 years together. So people are changing the mindset a little bit, maybe just from desperation, or I don't know. But there are good things that are coming out for musicians in terms of people are pre-booking. Tasmanians are really famous for not booking any shows.
To the last minute.
The last show we did pre-COVID was completely sold out in Hastings Caves, 100 people. We sold 50 tickets the night before.
Yeah.
And it's just panicking. It's like, oh my God, it's a lot of money, a lot of risk. Is people going to come? Are we going to make any money? We flew Anne Norman in from Melbourne.
Plus, it's nice to be able to say sold out for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Not 10 minutes at the end of it.
Focus on the music.
So hopefully we keep this going. People buy your tickets before, support local artists.
Yeah.
It can be done. We have immense talent in Tasmania.
We do.
We have proven it with the last few festivals. The festival hasn't changed. It's still been really good.
Yep.
People are buying tickets. People are having a good time. There's enough talent in Tasmania. It's just, people always forget that.
evening, everybody. It is I, Robbo, the full binary robot, and I'm here to bring you the news, or as we say on my home planet, the news. This Saturday, just past 4,500 people remain seated at a Jimmy Barnes concert. Moving on. Local duo Subna's song Stranded has been added to full rotation on Triple J. And tonight, Broxton is set to release his third single, You'll Never Know, from his debut album. That's all for the news. Have you ever played an eel?
Because you do some crazy stuff with your instrument. So you've got one that I believe is made out of an eel.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes,
I'm correct?
that is correct.
How do you make an instrument out of an eel?
Well, first you catch an eel.
You have to catch an eel.
Yeah.
This is like the growing the tree thing.
Yeah.
Except we actually did it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't quite end up catching the eel, but we found an eel exporter in Baghdad, the Tasmanian eel exporters.
Yep.
Then I drove out there and they were saving their biggest, fattest eels for us.
Whooshing! Here's one we prepared earlier. An eel violin, or is that what you're saying? Violin or
We're kind of calling it kind of a hybrid eel ehu and eel violin, even though I'm not playing it in this way. But the sound is sort of like a Chinese violin. So this bit is the eel skin, which is stretched over. This is just a masking tape reel and a piece of wood. So it's all very lo-fi. And then this is just a pickup. So all of the sound is coming through the strings, into the bridge, and then into the eel diaphragm. And then that is just directly picked up. So the wood is just more to kind of hold it. It's not actually making any of the sound.
What role does the eel skin play in the sound?
It's sort of like a vibrating membrane, almost like the skin on a drum
And
sort of thing.
And the pickup itself is attached to that?
Yeah, it's a contact pickup directly on it. So a Chinese violin uses a python skin as to create the sound, which is very paper thin.
Yep.
Whereas this eel skin is a bit more fatty. So we think that's maybe why it's got this more hybrid sound where it sounds a bit like
darker.
a violin.
It's a bit darker.
All right, so let's we've plugged it in. Let's have a listen. It was so awesome that Yan just went to sleep. So what's the tuning?
This is tuned to D and A,
Yep.
just a fifth part, but it could be whatever.
Yep.
I've been playing around with some more
A
droney.
few different ones.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, very cool. I think that about sums up our show for this week. And what we would like is for both Yan and Emily to play us off. So yeah, we'll head off listening to a track off the album by Yyan and Emily. Yan, do the honours.
So this song is called Restless. It's a very sort of up-tempo, lots of different time signatures. So if you're a drummer, drum along, and if you can drum along, we'll give you a CD.
Yeah.
A signed CD.
Yeah, if you can figure out the time key.
Yeah.
Someone out there's going to go, I'm just going to play the whole thing in 4/4 and wait until it resolves.
Which technically,
Hopefully
there's
it
the
does.
yeah, technically could be true. Anyway, enjoy the performance.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot, Leigh, for having us.
Yeah.
And supporting local music. It's a very important thing that you're doing.
Yeah, it's really cool. We're excited to be doing it. So anyway, you can catch us back here on the Green Room. If you'd like to tip and donate, remember that we share the money. So some of the money goes, half the money, not some, it's half.
It's
half the money goes to the artist. The other half goes to making the show hopefully even better than what it already is. Thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
All right.